so this was today's GT3 race at Red Bull Ring. I opted for the Ford Mustang. It's got good grip on the back and a good amount of power for this circuit. Handling isn't too much of an issue on this one because it's not that technical a track. It's all about the power and the grip. That said, started in a bit of a pathetic 12th place, as you can see. Let's see how things pan out. Didn't get the greatest of start because of the rolling start. It counted me in just on the corner. It took me a bit by surprise, but just managed to keep hold of it up through the main straight, and got a good slipstream of some of the cars coming up the hill. My kind of method of driving is to try and hang back a little bit, let everyone else make the mistakes on the first few bends when it's 2 or 3 abreast, and try and stay out of trouble for as much as possible. And usually I find I gain about, a good 3 or 4 places just by doing that, not even trying to be fast, just being nice and steady, staying out of the way of everybody who's off spinning off. And already we're up to 9th place from 12th, which is not bad for quite minimal effort and just staying out of a bit of bother. Got a good slipstream coming down the hill. Mac 22 is in front, the other Brit. Had a fairly good race. I was either behind him or only just in front of him for the majority of the race. It's quite a worthy opponent. You can see he's taking full advantage of his slipstream behind myself. And at this point I have to be a bit defensive, which makes me lose a little bit of time off the racing line as Mac 22 is putting some pressure. Does eventually get past me, obviously being sat in the slipstream, managed to get the slingshot and comes past. Coming down the hill, back up the main straight, we've got a good slipstream behind Mac. Try and take the inside line on the corner. Trying to stay out of trouble a bit from the other cars. Managed to sneak up into 8th place, so we went off. And again, I always take the right hand side of this part of the circuit to try and get the inside line for the hairpin corner. Usually it nets at least 1 or 2 places, as long as you can stay away from any contact. You have to be careful not to overcook it like what that guy just did, otherwise you're off into the grass. So already up into 7th, to be honest, still not really doing much in terms of racing line, etc. Just literally staying out of trouble and being fairly defensive. So I found the Mustang to be quite quick through this particular corner and the next corner. This is where it kind of came alive a little bit, which was good. You can see he starts to close up on 6th place. Got a good little slipstream behind the 2 cars there as they're in line. Both the cars in the 5th and 6th go flying off a little bit, which gains me a bit of time. But again, Mac 22, good defensive driving there, stops him from coming past, but I do get the slipstream on the main straight. Again, taking the inside line, trying to stay out of trouble for this corner, and I managed to get up into 6th again as somebody at 7th place goes flying off. For most of this race I was managing to keep in the slipstream of at least one of the cars, which really helped. The second rival of the day is down there in the R8. Again, he was a really worthy opponent, and he snuck past me there as I left the door wide open for him. There was a little bit of a scrape, but that was just normal contact, it wasn't a push. It was a good move by Dan. And I make a bit of an error there with that line as I followed the Swede off the track, not concentrating. Who also is right at the back of the Mustang, so I've got a defensive issue as well. So I was just trying to keep hot on the heels of the R8 to try and pull away a little bit, but obviously Steel Britta there has got a really heavy slipstream, the back of the Mustang. So again, defensively I come right a little bit, sacrificing the racing line, try and hold the position. Dan in the R8 goes off a little bit there, making a bit of a mistake, which allows me to get right up alongside him through the main straight. He also gets a penalty for going off the track. So I can't stress enough, just staying within the limits of the track, keeping out of trouble, really does help with position without actually having to be having any finesse with your racing line. So just doing that alone is a really good way, particularly if you're a bit of an amateur like myself, to try and get a decent position in some of these races. Just stay out of the bother. That said, it was a very clean race actually for a GT3. I really enjoyed it. There wasn't really much contact. There was the odd light scrape, but nothing that would be out of the ordinary or really annoyed anybody. See there, even these guys side by side, there's a little bit of a scrape there, but there was nothing bad enough to ruin anybody's race. Dan took that corner wide. I managed to sneak up the inside at this point and get a slipstream up behind Steel Britta, but eventually Dan gets the inside line on that corner. Moving right up behind the R8 now, obviously trying to get past it so we can try and get into 5th position at least. It's proving quite difficult. I had to back out of that move. It was probably a little bit aggressive of me to try and get up the inside there, and I would have wiped him out. But also trying to catch up with the R8. I noticed Mach 22 was back, and he's got a really good slipstream up on that main straight this time as well. So again, having to take the defensive line coming up there. I do manage to pull away a little bit. I also noticed Mac likes to drive on the right hand side coming up here just like me, so he's obviously learned that through experience. And again, trying to get on the inside and try and get around a couple of places. I just managed to hold on to that position. Tries to make a move but decides not to. Try and avoid the contact, but you can tell he's racing faster than me. He's a bit stuck behind me at the minute, unfortunately, but I wasn't going to make it too easy, so I wanted to get past his R8. Again, taking a nice line through there, try and get a little bit of time, and I come up, get my front wheels at the side of the R8 and even get the front of the car in. That was the only aggressive move that Dan did. He cut across me there, with it being the final second to last corner. I think he thought, you ain't coming past me, mate, and he blocked the door solid shut, but managed to get through with not too much of an issue there. It was a reasonable race, starting from 12th. Not too bad at all. I was fairly impressed with that. So yeah, thank you for watching.